Stepping off the plane, it's so easy to breathe again. Life in the big city has finally took its toll, and it's been so long, but I'm finally home. And what better place to rest my weary bones than on this beautiful island where there's so much to see. Every corner I turn, there's something there to remind me of my beautiful nation and what it means to me. Not a thing out of place, that's what's special about it. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight, just the beginning of our lives. Sweet Grenada, this is home, yes. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight, just the beginning of our lives. Sweet Grenada, this is home, home, home. Sweet Grenada, yeah, this is home.
Oh yeah, Grenada, Carrico, Petey, Monica, and the rest of the world. I'd like to welcome you to another Mikey Life program, people. This is it. This is where it all happens. We are talking about the good, the bad, and the Mikey. It is always my pleasure to be with you on the program to tell you what's making the news, people. I hope that you're having a good day. In fact, I hope that the day was good. We survived Monday. We survived Tuesday. No, it's Tuesday night. And I mean, so we're looking good. Now, I hope that everything is good with your family too. You know what I mean? Good. Now we have that out of the way. Let's talk about what's making the news, people. There are a lot of things that's happening in the Caribbean, you know. A lot of things. Here's what. Here in Grenada, increasing visitors to Grenada. Grenada wins 15th gold medal at the RHS Chelsea Flower Show. Citizen concerned about dumping in Grenville Vale. I will show all you what was sent to us today by a concerned citizen as well. CCJ dismisses application for special leave. We spoke to the attorney on that matter. Trinidad Coast Guard ready to join search for missing Venezuelans. Yep, we were told about 19 Venezuelans missing. We also talked to the Grenada authorities about this missing Venezuelans story. We'll talk to you about that in a moment. One Venezuelan was brought here in Grenada and the matter is being investigated. Now, CXC to consider petition for receipt of the CSEC math exams as well. Andrea is the first named storm for 2019 hurricane season. However, she's expected to be short-lived. Reggae singer George Nooks freed of cocaine charges. We are going to tell you that. Golden State Warriors into the finals. Hell yeah. For the 5th consecutive time. They defeated the Blazers last night. They're playing better without, how they call them, all because they all they want, you know. Yeah, me can't follow vex, you know. They're playing better without my dog Durant. It is what it is. Durant is the best player in the world. However, right now, the Golden State Warriors seem to be motivated in his absence. And them been playing like boss. They playing like if they eat fig and dumpling and yam and thing, you know. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a moment. We want to remind you that the headlines is brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean and the Colombian Emmas International and WPG 10. All you will taking a quick break. And when we come back here, is real news in all Lolo. Some of all little shady program yet, especially those of you who are on Facebook. It is very important that you share the program. If you want the program there, do share. But if you want to see the continued growth of the program, or let us share the business. The folks viewing on WPG10, we want to say hello to you as well. And those of you on YouTube, blessings. We will be right back.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
And so it begins, a journey like no other. Jungles so lush, they make emeralds jealous. Water that sparkles like diamonds. Mountains with more facets than precious gems. This is where good times are had, where love is strengthened, where memories are formed. And when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will never fade. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Grenada is the place to be June 7th to 9th for the Grenada Music Festival 2019, featuring the legendary Freddie Jackson, the talented Carrie Hilson, Eddie Bullen from Canada, Busy Signal, Maxi Priest, Kimani Marley, Patrice Roberts, Hedison John, Blacks and the All-Stars, Westways, and more. 3 nights of amazing music and great food. GMF 2019, June 7th to 9th, Quarantine Park, Grenada. Tickets available online at gotofet.com. Book your flights today.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60, but as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rate in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all Social Security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
This season, experience all the sports you love. Whether on a large screen or a mobile device, you've got the best seat in the house. Share the moment with you and your family from wherever you are with the latest products from Quartz. Get it now with Ready Finance. Don't miss a moment of the action. It's Sports Mania at Quartz, bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Yes, all right, so we ready for them, people? We want to say again, welcome to you. If you are joining us for the first time, it is our pleasure to have you with us. All right, guys. Now, the first thing that we want to show is Team Grenada. All right, take a look at us. Yes, and I'll tell you who they are and why they're on your screen right now. UWI Grenada represented at the 2019 UWI Students Games. Now, for the second year in a row, the UWI Open Campus Grenada site will be represented on Team Open Campus as part of the biennial UWI Student Games. Now, the 2019 Games, which are being held at the Mona campus in Kingston, Jamaica from May 22nd to June 1st, that's when it was held from May to June 1st, 2017. All right. It will see representation from the open campus in over 8 disciplines. Now, the date that I gave you was back then, but it's going to be held around the same time this time around, right? So from the 22nd, so from tomorrow to the 1st of June 2019. So they try to do it every year at the same time. All right. So the open campus, we have our team, and they are going to be representing in 8 disciplines. There are 4 teams, namely the Mona campus, the Caville campus, St. Augustine's, and, well, of course, the open campus. All right. They will be competing over 7 days in 10 disciplines, and we've got football, cricket, hockey, basketball, volleyball, netball, swimming, track and field, tennis, and table tennis. Now, representing Grenada is the Renee Samuel. She's going to be representing in netball and football. We have also Stacey and Lake, netball and volleyball. Shakira Colimo, netball and volleyball. Magdalene Steele, netball. Dylan Johnson, basketball. Ken Thomas, track and field. Vaughn Joseph, basketball. And Tyrone Francis, basketball. All right, so the Grenada team is there. They left Grenada and they're heading to Jamaica. And of course, you see them, they look nice in a little orange and thing like that. So we're ready for them. All right, all give them a little clap. Let them know how much we appreciate them. All right, thank you very much for that. Okay, so just to reiterate, just to clarify again, so it will be from May 22nd to June 1st. It will be happening in Jamaica, and 8 disciplines. And of course, the teams are, again, the Mona, the Caville, the St. Augustine, and the open campus. I see some dangling information there, but that's all right. We will see if we can sort that out. All right, so that is what it is. Good. Now, folks, the next thing that we have to tell all you about, boy, ladies are doing really good. No, seriously, ladies are really doing good, and there's this big thing happening right now. And then we had the Prime Minister who have recently spoken on it. I want to give you a big picture on the screen again. Take a look at these ladies, all right? The Prime Minister and the reps. Yes, that's Girls in ICT Hackathon in Grenada. Now, Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell on Tuesday encouraged young girls participating in the ICT Hackathon in Grenada to embrace their role in the growth and development of the country. Affirming the need for gender balance, Dr. Mitchell noted that a lot of work has gone into making women equal partners in the developmental process. Now, he cited a number of female parliamentarians as an example of the strides Grenada has made in creating that gender balance. Now, addressing the female students for secondary schools across the islands, Dr. Mitchell noted that as girls and women are empowered, they are moving into areas that were traditionally male-dominated, such as information and communication technology. Now, we're not going to go deeper into that because there's also a report on that on our website that you can check out, all right, MikeyLive.com. You know, we don't read no storybook on the program. All right. 13 schools advanced to the semi-final of the NADMA annual primary school quiz. That's right, 13 of these schools. All right, so this one, they have done good. Now, it will be staged on Thursday, 23rd May. Now, the schools are the Woburn Methodist, Westmoreland Junior, St. Louis RC, Beaulieu RC, St. Mary's RC, St. Andrew RC, Hermitage Government, River Sally Government, St. Theresa's RC, St. John Anglican School, St. Joseph RC, Harveyville Government, and Dover Government. Now, the quiz, which is a tool used by the agency to engage and spread the message of disaster risk reduction in our schools over the years, has yielded many success according to NADMA. Among them is the challenge of having students to research and get familiar with disaster-related information, knowledge that will give birth to a new generation of citizens guided by a culture of prevention and safety. And I think that's really important. Now, the quiz culminates with the final, which is going to be held on Thursday, 6th June 2019. All right, so the semifinals, it's going to be held on the 23rd, 2 days from now. All right, I'll get them children and the schools that clap now. What it is, okay, I'm playing tush with me, no. Not tonight, I ain't taking that from all tonight. Right. The government of Grenada today recognized 13 young women who graduated from the St. George's University, of which 11 are products of the new Imani program. The 11 young women who received scholarships from the program graduated with bachelor's degree in various areas, which includes nursing, international business, tourism and hospitality management, biology, information technology, and management. We had Honorable Kate Lewis too. She's also a member of the graduating class after receiving her master's in international business. She congratulated and presented the award with like a plaque and thing. They give them a nice like a business. She even got like a piece of business for herself, you know. But here's what, we have more on that for you tonight in the national report. So we don't want to talk too much about that kind of business. Right? We have it in the NR. Increasing visitors to Grenada. And we've been telling you about that now. It's been revealed today again. There's an increase in visitors from 2018. Right? To now, we're looking good. According to Clarice Modest Cohen, in the press briefing, she talked about it today. I ain't telling no tale, you know. In the first quarter of the year, stayover passengers has seen a 5.5 increase. You know what I mean? While yachting has experienced a 3.6 increase. It's an increase anywhere. You understand? They say and things are continuing to look better and better and better in 2020 and 2021 and things will even look better. Listen, we're booming. The whole country booming. I ain't telling all you no tale. We're booming in agriculture. We're booming in tourism. We're booming in culture and soca and calypso. I'm making it up. You understand? Mr. Killer and them. All in Trinidad, they go and boom. Everything working nice for us, you know, people. Boom, 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 boom. And I want steel pan to boom too. You understand? So you leave that talk. So, the whole place nice. Honorable Cohen gave insight on the update in terms of JetBlue flights and things, because remember they said that things are going to be looking good with JetBlue and things. They will be putting on some flights and things. So she talked about that. But we had that in the national report. We ain't talking twice. You understand? We go talk about that in the national report. Let me go again. All you. So the next thing that we have to tell all you. Alright? What are you laughing at? I never hear that yet. So, all of focus, alright? Focus. Now, the Chelsea Flower Show, the RHS Chelsea Flower Show now is the talk of the day. If you ask me, that's what's breaking the internet. You understand? Grenada's exhibit at the flower show. We pretty. We go all in England and boom too. You understand? And we blossom. You understand? Because look at how we looking pretty. That is our display at the Chelsea Flower Show. You understand? So our 15th time we have won. 2019, it was named a carnival of exotic tropical blooms. Oh, so we don't blooming in Chelsea show. We blooming. My correction. We blooming. B-L-O-O-M. Okay? Good. So we blooming in the flower show. We have won the highly coveted gold medal. You understand? You see what we're looking like? So this is what we look like, people. I need to drink some water. I need program. This brings to 15 the number of gold medals awarded to Grenada in 21 years of exhibiting at the show, with 5 being awarded in as many consecutive years to lead designer Catherine John and her extended team of volunteers. Volunteers, people. So all give them a clap now because the exhibit look good, you know. I ain't find they do too bad at all. You know, they say that this year, Catherine and the show team brought pure Grenada, the spice of the Caribbean, to life with an exuberant representation of the colorful outfits worn by revelers at the island's annual Spice Mass Carnival celebrations in August of every year. You see, so when people see that, they want to come to the place and see what it's all about. You understand, people? So, right, we pretty. We're moving on. Olia, how we looking for time? The next thing we have to tell Olia about, boy, former NMP candidate, now PRO of the NDC, and never hear her yet. But it's me dog, you know, same way. Me dog, you know. You understand? So we get it, that's according to my friend, my colleague, Linda Straker. Linda, you understand? Yeah? So according to my colleague, Kennedy Roberts, who for the 2008 general election was a candidate for the NMP, has announced that the executive of the main opposition National Democratic Congress has appointed him as the interim public relations officer until the party holds its convention in November of this year. He made the announcement as a guest on the GBN Tuesday morning to the Point program. According to my colleague, I didn't listen, you know, I wasn't, you know. Yeah, anyway, so, yeah, all fine. Yeah. I chose this picture because that when he was, you know, right, Kennedy. And so, yeah, right now you have a little lock, something like that, you know what I mean? Yeah, big up Kenny and them, yeah, and everything like that. You understand? So, let's see how that one plays out. Yeah, Azan? Good. How are we looking for time, people? What me timekeeper on the program in truth? I find me timekeeper sleeping or no? Let me make sure I could see you right in front of me here. Alright. Good. Alright. They used to say at one time he's the most handsome politician. Yeah, one time they say he's what? They say he's like Morris Bishop. You know what I mean? When he speaks, he's like Morris. Yeah, son. Anyway, let's leave that talk there. Alright, Olio. We could go again now. More news in all the little. All you know, that's a serious one. I had to talk to all the serious about the next news. Right? They get serious. There's a citizen who has expressed concerns about the dumping of some shoes, apparently slippers, however you want to call it, in the river in the Grenville Vale area. I don't know where Grenville Vale is, like when you go Boussejou Bridge and then you go up in a road up there. So I think you bust out in Willis or something. So, right? According to the citizen, yesterday, the citizen, after work, I crossed the river. I saw two pairs of slippers, and I was thinking, okay, some kids left it there. But on my return this morning, there were more. Some of those shoes are still attached together in pairs. Judge for yourself, people. We have something for this. Look, all right. So it could be for children. I don't know. Okay, let me see. Shoe. You understand? Good shoe. It look like, you know. So the citizen was rather concerned, saying, well, why? First of all, dumping these things in the river. And second of all, why don't you just give it away? You understand? Why not just give it to somebody in the village who you think may need it? You understand? I mean, we can't tell you what to do with your business, but at the same time, my goodness, look at this. So when you put that there and you're going to kill them, people crayfish now, you know what I mean? So there are several things that are wrong with this picture. One, it's not healthy for the environment, for the fishes or for the mullet and the crayfish and them. You put that in the river there. Two, it could cause blockage and all kind of thing. Pull out in the river. And it could have been worn by children. You know what I mean, people? Well, I don't understand this. Hey, Deborah, how that one working? I never see that yet. So it is not very sure. We are not very certain as to who did this and why. But at least just the sight of it is enough to disgust you. You know, we are not like that. As a people, that's not us. You know what I mean? No, that's not us. Yeah, that's not we. We could do better. All right? We could do better. Earlier, we heard from the CCJ. They dismissed the application against, that the case that was brought up against Barbados by Attorney Roger Ferguson and his clients. The CCJ, the Caribbean Court of Justice, today dismissed an application for special leave in the original jurisdiction matter of Tamika Gilbert, Linnell Gilbert, Royston Gilbert, Glenor Gilbert, and the state of Barbados. Now, the applicants were mother, father, and daughter. It's a whole family. Nationals of Grenada. You understand? They were seeking to take legal action against Barbados, having accused Barbados of violating their rights to freedom of movement under Article 45 of the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas and under a conference decision made by the heads of government in 2007. Earlier, the long and short is, they went to Barbados to renew their visas. They had some extra time on their hands. They went in a store. They made some purchases. Then, boom! Store owners accused them of stealing a cell phone. Like, why feel we can't buy phone? Or we have blue soap kind of thing. We are here a long time. Or we can't buy phone. You know what I mean? Listen, they were arrested, brought back into the police station, a whole family, and made to do strip search and sit down and cough. And them kind of business, embarrassing business I'm talking about tonight. Like church people, How dare you treat church people like that? You understand? And so, even after all that, when they wrote their report, the police in Barbados wanted them to remove a certain section of their report. And that's where the thing started. In one of the claimants' reports, they stated that they were humiliated. They were made to do this humiliating strip search and so on. And the Barbados police told them, take that out in your statement, otherwise all it'll go in nowhere. Of course, them being Grenadian citizens and they know how things would turn around, they decide they ain't deleting nothing. You understand? And the police say, well, here we're going on. If all it'll don't delete it, well, I'll go sit down there for the whole time. Here's Attorney Ferguson explaining the whole matter.
What triggered the matter, the freedom of movement matter before the CCJ, is what happened in relation to the signing of Tamika's statement. Not the strip search, not the detention, because those are matters for the local courts in Barbados. What we challenged Barbados on and brought it before the original jurisdiction of the CCJ for leave was the refusal to let the entire family leave the police station because of Tamika's refusal to remove a sentence in her statement which said, I was subjected to an embarrassing strip search. The police wanted her to remove it, and she was equally insistent that she was not going to remove it. And basically, the police took the position that if she was not going to remove it, then they could not leave the station. No, they were scheduled to leave that very evening to come back to Grenada on a Aliyat flight, all 4 members of the family. So that is where the CCJ issue came in. The unlawful imposition of a term as a precondition for them leaving that police station. So we say, in essence, that affected their rights to freedom of movement and the right to leave Barbados without interference and without undue hassles. Of course, in order for them to leave, Tamika ultimately signed the statement as she indicated then under duress. What?
Wow, you know? And so why was this such a difficult case? Attorney Ferguson went on to explain.
To obtain leave, you must satisfy 4 preconditions under Article 222 of the Revised Treaty of Chaguaramas. And the sticking point was one of those preconditions. The court recognized as CARICOM nationals, they were entitled to freedom of movement. What was the sticking point was whether or not they were prejudiced with the right to freedom of movement. Barbados, of course, argued that they were allowed to enter Barbados freely without any undue restrictions, unlike the Shanique Myrie case. And therefore, the issue for the court really is what constitutes an interference with freedom of movement within a country. Because the court says, and stated in Shanique Myrie's case quite clearly, that celebrated Jamaican case, that the freedom of movement embraces the right to move freely within a country, not just the right to enter, but the right to move freely within a country. And what the court essentially said is that, listen, in order to establish that right, you have to show that the receiving state, in this case Barbados, acted in the way they did because the Gilberts were Grenadian nationals. In other words, you must show discrimination on the basis of nationality. And therefore, the court said, based on the evidence, that there was no evidence that they were treated in the way they were treated because they were Grenadian nationals. And that was the sticking point. As a result of that, that being a precondition for leave, the court dismissed the application for leave as having not met that legal requirement.
So how do you establish, how do you go about establishing discrimination? Because it's hard. It's hard. You can't tell what's in a man's mind. And the discrimination may only manifest in a person's actions. So then how do you prove discrimination? What sort of proof can you bring to a court to say he discriminated against me because I'm a Grenadian? Other than the virtue of his behavior towards you. So it's like a really hard hill to climb. It's a steep ladder to climb, you know, in that context. Yeah. So let's see how that's gonna go, man. Yeah, but anyway, boy. Yeah, at one time I want to move to Barbados, you know, to live, you know what I mean? Yeah. See if I could start a little business, Barbados, and get the business to boom, you know. Anyway, really that talk. Oh yeah, let's get serious now, right? There's a developing story happening, and Grenada is involved. Now, yesterday we told you that as a man from Venezuela was brought into Grenada after he was rescued by a businessman. We also told you that the story has been told that he was among 19 other persons from Venezuela on their way to Trinidad. We told you that the boat sunk and he was a lone survivor of the vessel. But there were a lot of questions in terms of how did that individual end up in Grenada? And so we spoke to authorities today who say that they are working on several theories. They are still investigating this matter. What we were told is it was actually the businessman who rescued the individual that brought him into Grenada. So it was not the Coast Guard, it was not any authority that made that decision. No. It was the businessman. He was on his way to Grenada. He met a man outside of Trinidad. The man decided he ain't going back to Trinidad. He continued on his path. He came to Grenada, dropped off the man in Grenada. The man was then taken to hospital, and from there, we are not sure what happened. But what we can tell you is Grenada police, Trinidad police, Venezuelan police are trying to put the pieces together in terms of what happened. There are some conflicting reports as to whether or not there were actually 20 people on that vessel and so on. But what we can tell you is that the Venezuelan authorities are taking it really serious, and the Trinidad authorities are taking it serious as well. In fact, Trinidad Coast Guard today said that they are ready to join search for the missing Venezuelans should they be called upon. Now, they are saying based on the coordinates of the last location of the vessel, it indicates that the vessel would have still been in Venezuelan waters. So then it's the Venezuelans to go ahead and do their search and rescue or whatever the case is. The 19 people, if that is the actual number, are found dead. And they are saying that the one person, Alberto Abreu, 25 years old, the one person believed to have survived this is the person that, well, we are accommodating here in Grenada. So we are going to continue to monitor this. I just find that there isn't enough uproar, there isn't enough conversation about this matter. Why? I don't know, but let's see. You guys will remember it was only a few weeks ago that there was the same situation happening in almost a similar area with Venezuelans again. This situation is getting so out of hand. We know that there's fuel problems happening in Venezuela with cars and so on. Owners of cars cannot even get fuel to put in the car. There's a fuel shortage in Venezuela. You know, so the situation is getting tough. Yeah, it's a humanitarian crisis there, whether people want to accept it or not. All right, good. All right, so folks, here's this other thing. The Caribbean Examination Council, CXC, is to consider a petition calling for all students to resit the 2019 CSEC math exams following serious breaches of the examination regulations. And that's according to a representative from the Barbados-based institution. All right, they are saying that all of the queries regarding such were reported to the head of the department, and it's been worked on. The queries have not fallen on deaf ears, they say. So everyone will be notified of a decision in due course. Now, it is unclear who launched the petition that has so far gained just around 5,000 signatures, more than 60% of the 7,500 signatures required. Now, last week, CXC had announced that it was investigating a breach in examination security in Trinidad and Tobago, where students were said to have used mobile phones and textbooks during the exams. It will be, quote, "It will be unfair if these students are allowed a free pass, and equally unfair if only selected schools or students are allowed to receive a supplementary exam. The extent to which exams could have been scanned and shared, not only nationally but regionally, is unfathomable," they say. Now, this is a serious situation, but they're saying don't panic. All right, they're saying don't panic. They're taking their time, and they'll be making the best decision in the interest of all concerned. They say that students could have been privy to the exam questions earlier than the start time, and they could have sent these images on social media to their counterparts in other schools across the country and region. The invigilator also could have further compromised the situation by sharing the exam with other invigilators. Given the conditions and circumstances, it is only fair that all students in the entire region receive a supplementary math exam, which should be done before the end of the exam period, June 6, 2019. A summary of the petition read. All right. Now, I think CXC will be taking a different approach. All right. So time will tell. We want to talk to you about Andrea. She's the first named storm for the 2019 hurricane season, but she is expected to be short-lived. We'll tell you about her in a moment. We'll also tell you about reggae singer George Nooks, freed of cocaine charges. Well, how you name rich day? We'll talk about that. We've got a hot list for you and more. We're going to come back in a moment, and what we're going to do right now is take a very short, quick key. You know what we call it? A quickie, yeah. A quick break. We're coming back.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, "How do you do?" They're really saying, "I love you." What a wonderful world.
Experience convenient and affordable learning with online and blended higher education programs from the UWI Open Campus. Access our quality assured degrees, diplomas, and continuing and professional education programs at a pace designed to suit your lifestyle. Ask about our prior learning assessment, which credits previous learning experience and fast tracks the completion of your degree. Own your future. Apply today. For more information, visit www.open.uwi.edu. The UWI Open Campus, opening doors to life-changing learning. We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of Social Security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rate in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all Social Security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
This season, experience all the sports you love. Whether on a large screen or a mobile device, you've got the best seat in the house. Share the moment with you and your family from wherever you are with the latest products from Quartz. Get it now with Ready Finance. Don't miss a moment of the action. It's Sports Mania at Quartz, bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Grenada is the place to be June 7th to 9th for the Grenada Music Festival 2019, featuring the legendary Freddie Jackson, the talented Carrie Hilson, Eddie Bullen from Canada, Busy Signal, Maxi Priest, Kimani Marley, Patrice Roberts, Teddy John, Blacks and the All-Stars, Westways and more. 3 nights of amazing music and great food. GMF 2019, June 7th to 9th, Quarantine Park, Grenada. Tickets available online at gotofet.com. Book your flights today.
All right,
we all look forward.
We're back with you now, folks, and yes, we want to tell you about Andrea. Now, Andrea is the first named storm for 2019, but she's expected to not leave for too long, as she already has started weakening. Here's a report from HTS.
Intruder, the first named storm for the 2019 Atlantic hurricane season, Andrea, came early, a week and a half before the scheduled June 1st start of the season. The system formed southwest of Bermuda on Tuesday morning. Director of Met Services, Venantius Descartes, says though this may sound strange, it is actually not too unusual.
Last year, it happened the year before, so it's not something, which is too out of the ordinary.
Forecasters are predicting a short life for the storm. Descartes says the subtropical storm Andrea poses no threat to land. He says the weather system will nonetheless be monitored closely.
The position of the storm where it is right now, it is very far away from St. Lucia. It poses no threat to St. Lucia, and also it poses no immediate threat to land, But it's the job of the Hurricane Center in Miami to monitor all tropical systems, so they will continue to monitor the progress of the system.
All right, thank you very much on that one. And folks, yes, we have to start wrapping up this segment because we have the national report to come up. All right, so folks, George Nooks, boy, I don't know how he got himself in that, but George Nooks name calling cocaine. Yep, and he was in court for that. Reggae singer, you understand? They say that he has been freed from drug charges when he appeared in Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. All right, now he says that I am elated, I am happy, I am blessed. Nooks was represented by a Queen's Counsel, Tom Tavares. All right, now in May of 2017, the police reported that 56-year-old Nooks was spotted acting in a suspicious manner by lawmen during an operation in the community. He was accosted and a bag that he was carrying was searched. The bag was allegedly found to contain approximately 2 ounces of cocaine. Nooks is well known for his songs God is Standing By, Money in My Pocket, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, I mean, yes boy, so that trouble. Anyway, he's been freed. This is your hot list, of course. Persons, if you know any of the names on the list, ask them to give the number a call. Yeah, understand? It's important that they call the number. That is 420-8226. 420-8226. The names are Gavi McPhee, Loreto, Guave Estate St. John, Kelson and Kellon Ogist, Lamont St. Patrick, Kesia Strand, that is from Westerhall St. David, Byron Frank Vendom St. George, Glenn Canhai, Post Royal St. Andrew. We also have Errol McEwen. That person's from Carrier St. Andrew, yes. Also Randolph Pope, River Sally, Alicia Joseph, River Road, Karim St. Louis, Laborie, Sherryland Johnson, Mardi Gras, Joshua Wilson, Moncraven, Susan Samuel Andrew, Caruth St. Andrew, Don Shell Lewis, Paraclete, DeJohn Philip, Grand Roy, Linus Charles, Latantin St. David's, Omega Antoine, Marley, Mondelis, Shakira, Maxwine, Frequente, Renisha Regis, Lamode, Urban George Sharp, Tevaed, Sheldon James, Lamode. Also, we have Tillet Maxwine, Woodlands, Sheldon James Lamode, and Dania Gilliam. All right, these are the names. Please call 420-8226. We are coming back from this very short break. All right, and when we come back, we have for you the National Report.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60, but as benefit expenses continue to rise and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rate in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
All right, thank you very much, and it is now time for the National Report.
New Imani program takes the spotlight with the graduation of 11 trainees from the St. George's University. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Tuesday, May 21st, I am Leslie Ann Johnson. The Ministry of Youth Development is optimistic that by 2022, the academic advancement component of its new Imani program will reach its full potential. The program has been in the spotlight since the graduation of 11 of its trainees from the St. George's University on Saturday. The trainees were the first cohort of recipients of the ministry's Scholarship Assistance Program, which commenced in 2015. On Tuesday, during a special ceremony, the graduates were recognized and awarded by the Ministry of Youth Development. Acting Permanent Secretary Mr. Norman Gilbert says there are 84 trainees currently enrolled under the Scholarship Assistance Program. He explained that the program also supports those desirous of attending universities overseas.
We had a number of persons, currently a total of 84 persons who would have engaged in the scholarship component of the program. And we are very happy today to have the very first cohort of persons who would have graduated with a bachelor's through the St. George's University. And we're also going to be having a few of them who are also going to be graduating as well through the T.A. Marisha Community College. I also want to inform you that outside of those two universities or colleges, we also have trainees in other colleges around the world, inclusive of Midwestern University in China, University of the West Indies at the Jamaica campus. We also have persons on Manhattan Community College and the University of Cuba.
Mr. Gilbert says by the end of 2022, all 84 trainees, inclusive of those attending T.A. Marisha Community College, will complete their degree programs.
Completing in 2020, we expect some 18 persons to complete. In 2021, we have 16, and in 2022, we expect 17 based on the current enrollment of persons within the program. So by 2021, we expect By 2022, we expect that all 84 persons will be graduating with some bachelors, and this is very commendable.
Lindy Jackasal and Tara Nicholas were two of the batch of 11 that graduated on Saturday, and they were high in praise of the new Imani program. They both agreed without the assistance, their dreams were fruitless.
Don't let that dream just be inside you. Act on that dream. I got the opportunity to explore the teaching profession, and I'm now a nurse, and I'm very happy I graduated on Saturday with a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, and I'm very happy and I'm excited to be a part to work under the Ministry of Health and to give back to my country, because my country gave a lot to me, and I really appreciate that a lot. And I would like to also take this opportunity to thank the Ministry of Youth for accepting my application how many years ago into the program, not knowing what I had in store for me along the way, to the Imani program for never giving up on me and gave me that scholarship opportunity as well. I'm very grateful for that.
There is hope for the young people in this program. I am now a graduate of the St. George's University, holding a bachelor degree in business management. I take this opportunity to thank the government of Grenada and the Imani program for assisting me tremendously throughout the 4 years of studies at SGU, and for making this dream goal a reality. Without your help, this would not have been possible.
The scholarship program is available in addition to CVQ training and certification under the new Imani program. Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell is encouraging young girls who participated in the ICT Hackathon in Grenada on Tuesday to embrace their role in the growth and development of the country. Affirming the need for gender balance, Dr. Mitchell noted that a lot of work has gone into making women equal partners in the development process. He cited the number of female parliamentarians as an example of the strides Grenada has made in creating that gender balance. Addressing the female students from secondary schools across the island, Dr. Mitchell noted that as girls and women are empowered, they are moving into areas that were traditionally male-dominated, such as information and communication technology. The Prime Minister encouraged the young girls to showcase their full potential at the ICT Hackathon.
Today, as you refine the project ideas you have developed over the past 2 months, you will do so against the backdrop of a ticking clock. It is a similar ticking clock that regional governments face in taking steps to ensure that ICT is fully integrated into our developmental agenda. We must refine, therefore, our national and regional agendas to take into account the game-changing potential of ICT.
More than 100 girls representing rising talent in the ICT sector participated in Tuesday's hackathon. It is part of International Girls in ICT Day celebrations over the world. This year's program takes place in 5 Caribbean countries: Jamaica, Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Barbados. CEO in the Ministry of Education, Mr. David Andrew, who spoke on behalf of the Honorable Minister, says women have played a major role in the development of ICT and technology, and this project provides a good opportunity for girls to make a positive impact in the field of technology.
This project offers a launchpad to our girls to develop themselves
to be women of distinction in the field of ICT. You can't hack well if you don't have coding skills. And a grasp of computing. I urge every one of you young ladies to grab this opportunity with both hands. The skills that you will acquire in this exercise could change your life forever.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
It's coming, the new family of EC polymer notes.
What is different about these notes?
The feel.
Polymer notes are made from a thin plastic film which makes the notes feel smoother than the paper notes.
The orientation.
The notes have a portrait orientation. You will read the notes from top to bottom instead of left to right as you do with the paper notes.
Unique tactile feature.
The front of each note has raised bumps at the top left-hand corner. These bumps form shapes that are familiar to you.
Holographic foil strip.
This feature is on the $20, $50, and $100. When you tilt the notes, the images and colors in this section will change.
New image on the $50.
The back of the $50 bears the image of former governor of the ECCB, the late Honorable Sir K. Dwight Venner.
New signature.
All the notes bear the signature of the current governor, Timothy N.J. Antoine.
EC polymer notes. Cleaner, safer, stronger.
Continuing the news, Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell has reiterated his commitment to supporting gender equality. He did so during a meeting at his office with officials from UN Women on Tuesday morning. We have a report from Delroy Lubazon.
A 15-member delegation from the United Nations Entity for Gender Equality and the Empowerment of Women, UN Women, arrived in Grenada on Tuesday morning. The delegation, headed by President of UN Women's Executive Board, Ambassador Penelope Beckles, visited the island to get an overview of Grenada's response to gender-based violence, highlighting the impact of the partnership with the UN agency. On arrival at the Maurice Bishop International Airport, the team was greeted by ministry officials and representatives from UN Women's Multi-Country Office of the Caribbean. Speaking at a ceremony held at the Spice Island Beach Resort, Minister for Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, Honorable Delma Thomas, stressed government's commitment to the cause of gender-based violence in Grenada.
Government is committed to continue the work on combating gender-based violence against women and girls. The medium-term agenda identifies strengthening interventions to combat domestic violence and child abuse as one of the priorities for 2019 to 2021. Although a significant amount of work has been completed in this area, there is need for continuity to build on the past work and to make additional effort to ensure that gains made are not rolled back.
President of UN Women's Executive Board, Ambassador Penelope Beckles, highlighted some key areas in which support will be provided to Grenada by UN Women. One of such is assisting the country in being more resilient to climatic changes.
As we enter the hurricane season, June, I think for all of us in the Caribbean, it's almost like panic time because we know what has happened. We remember Ivan, and we know the challenges that Grenada faced, and we know the extent to which Grenada has been resilient and how much we have built back since then. But we, of course, always are conscious once you have the hurricane season what is likely to happen. So I think that is a particularly important project.
As part of their schedule, the UN delegation made a courtesy call to Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell.
Thank you very much. We have to cut that report short because we have run out of time. And folks, we want to thank you for viewing tonight's program and just take a quick look at the weather before we depart. All right. And of course, we got this from the Med office. And of course, soon the folks at WPG10 will be leaving us. But the weather, mostly fair. We expect a medium chance of some nighttime showers. The minimum temperature expected to be about 24.5 degrees Celsius, winds easterly to southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour, seas moderate, waves up to 6 feet in open waters. All right, and that's your weather report for tonight. Of course, folks, that's as far as I can take it for tonight. I want to say hello to all of you who are usually tuned into the program, to all the loyal viewers. Thank you. I appreciate you all the time. May God bless you and your family. I owe you a big one, but we have run out of time. I gotta go. God bless you. Have a good one. Tomorrow, some free credit on the program for you guys. All right, God bless you. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, Ja! No. Good night, everyone.